Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen working principle and elements of plasma arc machine. Okay, we'll see again what are the elements of plasma arc machine. Nothing but constructional features. What are the main important important mechanisms of plasma arc machine? First one, plasma torch. What is its function? Plasma torch is to generate the plasma state of matter or plasma state of gas by using this gas supply, power supply unit, control console, and cooling water system. So these gas supply unit, power supply unit, control console, cooling water system are going to assist the plasma torch so that it generates high intensity of plasma, so that plasma arc, and that arc is transferred to onto the workpiece so that machining happens. Okay, so these to be coordinated individually and together. So coming to types of torches, we'll have, based on the type of gas or medium we are using, we have 4 kinds. One is air, plasma torch, oxygen injected torch, dual gas system, water injected torch. What is its significance or what is the difference between them? We'll see in the further session. Next, we'll see we have seen in the working principle transferred and transfer of arc. Okay, that plasma jet is going to be transferred in 2 modes. One is, we say, transferred mode, and the other one is non-transferred mode. What is that? What is the difference between them? See, and before that, I'm going to remind you that we have a power supply which has 2 anodes. We can say with a switched circuit, we have nozzle of the plasma jet as anode for one set of circuit, and the continuity set we will having workpiece as anode. Okay, so what is the difference between transfer mode and non-transfer mode? We'll see here. A plasma jet can be operated in transfer mode where the electric current flows between the plasma torch electrode and the workpiece anode. So the transfer mode will be between 2 terminals of circuit. What are the electrode and the workpiece as anode? So you can see that in the first picture here. See, this is the transfer mode of plasma jet. And the second one, it can also be operated in non-transfer mode where the electric current flows between the electrode and the nozzle. See, here the nozzle is given positive and electrode is negative. So in both the cases, only the anode which we are considering for that circuit or transferring of arc is changed, right? So based on that, we have 2 types of modes. One is transfer mode and the non-transfer mode. In transferred mode, we have a workpiece as anode, and coming to the non-transferred mode, we will be having torch nozzle, plasma jet torch nozzle as positive. Although a stream of hot plasma emerges from the nozzle, in both modes of operation, the transfer mode is invariably used in plasma cutting because the usable heat input to the workpiece is more efficiently applied when the arc is in electrically contact with the workpiece. Okay, what happens is, see, mana intensity kavalsin dani batti we are using both we can use, but generally we use, see, workpiece is our basic criteria where we are going to machine. So to efficiently machine, we need to apply high input of heat. That happens through only which mode? Transferred mode. So the transfer mode is more used than compared to non-transferred mode. Next, what is the mechanism of material removal? You know already. That's what we have discussed in last 2 classes. Just workpiece is going to get melted due to the plasma jet heat application, and the material vaporizes due to the heat generated. That's the basic mechanism of material removal. We'll see here. In this process, an inert gas is blown at high speed out of nozzle. At the same time, an electrical arc is formed through that gas from the nozzle to the surface being cut. So we have seen pilot ignition arc, and the arc is transferred to the workpiece. That happens between nozzle due to the gas formation of plasma when the electricity is applied to the circuit connected to electrode, nozzle, and also further for workpiece. Due to the high concentration of energy in a limited space, the material of the workpiece is warmed till the melting of the layer. Afterwards, the melted metal is removed by the cut of the plasma jet. Okay, so this is the two steps. One, arc generation with the help of electric and power supply and gas supply construction features, and this high intensity of plasma generated is going to be arc. That arc is transferred over to the workpiece, and the material gets melted. Immediately, that melted material is going to be carried away or removed by the plasma jet itself. This is how material removal mechanism works in plasma arc machining. And this you already know, arc generation, how it generates. Initially, it ignites a pilot arc between nozzle and the electrode, and this arc is further transferred onto the workpiece by looping of this arc further, and the workpiece and the nozzle torch gap between that we will call as work distance, and that distance is about only 5 to 15 mm only. See, you can see here. It starts with igniting a pilot arc, an arc discharge between the electrode and nozzle. Once the pilot arc is created, the gas blows the pilot arc out of the nozzle, thus creating an arc loop protruding or producing out the nozzle. If the workpiece is in position typically within 5 to 15 mm from the end of the nozzle, the arc will attach to the workpiece. Hence, the arc generated is going to remove the material from the required workpiece material. This is how material removal mechanism and arc is generated in plasma arc machine. See, now in the next class we will see these are the different types: air plasma torch, dual flow plasma arc torch. See here, construction, nozzle. This is the nozzle. This is the electrode. The same construction will be same, but we will be having small difference between each one. See, secondary gas, cutting gas. See here, dual gas is applied. That's why it is said dual flow plasma. Okay, and the workpiece and the arc transfer and shield cup. This is all common. Coming to water. See, in the place of the secondary gas, we have got water injection, right? So water injection. What is the purpose of this water injection? It is going to act as some cooling media. That we will see. See, other than that, any other construction changes? No, there will be same. These are some features of. So we'll see all these in the next class. Today we have seen different elements, what is transfer and non-transfer modes of arc and plasma arc machining, how it is useful, and what is more preferably used in plasma arc machining, what is material removal mechanism in plasma arc machining, what is the mechanism for arc generation in plasma arc machining. That's what we have seen in this session. Okay. We'll see in the next session types of torches. Good morning, students. as a part of elements of plasma arc machining, we have seen plasma torch, gas supply, power supply, cooling mechanism, control console. In different, there will that discussion we have discussed different types of plasma torches available based on the gas which we are using in the generation of plasma. So we'll see in this session different types of torches, particular advantages and disadvantages of each one. So mainly we have air or oxygen chain, dual gas one, and the third one is and the last one is water, right? Water based plasma torch. So first we'll see air plasma torch. See, the name itself indicates it uses a compressed air as the gas that ionizes and does cutting. The air to be used should be uncontaminated. Uncontaminated means it should have pure, no contaminating substances like any general air contains some contamination like humidifying particles, atoms, some kind of, if you see in wood particles, such kind of contaminations should be filtered before we are using air as a source of gas in air plasma torch. Air plasma cutting results in a high degree of tapered machine surface. See, while cutting tapered surfaces, this air plasma cutting or this air plasma torch plays a major role. So, sorry. In an air plasma torch, zirconium material is used as electrode material instead of tungsten material because of their higher resistance to oxidation. See, we are using air. Generally, this tungsten is high affinity to have a high affinity towards oxidation. Compared to tungsten, zirconium electrodes or materials have less affinity, nothing but have high resistance to oxidation. Oxidation is nothing but reaction with oxygen to reduce into oxide forms. Okay, so that zirconium oxide formation is very difficult compared to tungsten oxide. So that's why here in air plasma torch, zirconium is used. Because of poor oxidation resistance, tungsten electrode does not last for more than few seconds. That's what we have discussed right now. The nozzle of this torch may result in premature failure because of double arcing. The nozzle, see, in air plasma torch, the major disadvantage we are discussing now. The nozzle of this torch may result in premature failure. Premature failure means, see, for suppose, sorry, it has to last long for 1 hour. If it fails before after 45 minutes, then we call it as premature failure because of double arcing. See, double arcs will be generated. Generally, arc coming to the formation of arc, we will be having an initial pilot ignition between nozzle and the electrode, and then that arc is transferred in the loop form of through the nozzle onto the workpiece. Right here, what happens? Double arcs are formed. So that's why we have a premature failure of nozzle. The arcs where these, see, double arc. At what locations these two are going to at a time form? See, arc between electrode and the nozzle and the workpiece. So there will be a double arc at these locations. So it tries to damage the nozzle. So this is the major disadvantage. We have an advantage with the help of air plasma torch. As zirconium electrode material is used, oxidation is reduced, tapered surfaces are attained of high degree, but there is a disadvantage of premature failure of nozzle. This is the basic features of air plasma torch. The construction is same, what we have seen in the working principle. Next, coming to dual flow plasma arc torch. As we know by name itself, sorry, by name itself we can say dual flow plasma arc torch. By name itself, we understood that there will be two gases supplied in this particular torch. It was first developed and patented by Thermal Dynamics Corporation and James Browning in 1963. From 1963, we are using this process. You can see how significant this one is. It involved a slight modification of the conventional plasma cutting process. Essentially, it incorporated the same features of conventional plasma cutting, except that a secondary gas shield was added around the plasma nozzle. See, we have a failure due to double arcing at the nozzle. So that was overcome by dual flow plasma arc torch by supplying a secondary shield gas. See, this is the construction. This is the nozzle. This is the electrode. See, we have a cutting gas supplied around it. Secondary gas supplied between the shield cup and the nozzle. And this is the workpiece. This is the plasma arc. Okay. And power supply is given to electrode, nozzle, and workpiece. Usually in dual flow operation, the cutting or plasma gas was nitrogen and the secondary shield gas was selected according to the metal to be cut. Secondary shield gas typically used were air or oxygen for different materials like mild steel, carbon dioxide, for stainless steel. And coming to aluminum like materials, we have used it was used argon or hydrogen mixtures. So we have two gases. One plasma gas for cutting will be always nitrogen, and the secondary shielding gas based on the type of material that we are going to machine. Okay, for mild steels and steel materials, oxygen, air, carbon dioxide, such kind of gases, shield gases are applied. Coming to aluminum and such allied materials, argon and hydrogen are applied. The major advantage, see, we are applying shield gas. That's the change. Okay, what is the advantage? Nozzle could be recessed within a ceramic gas cup and shield cup as shown in figure above, preventing the nozzle for shorting with the workpiece and reducing the tendency of double arcing. See, that's the major disadvantage in air plasma torch, and it was reduced with the help of dual flow plasma arc torches. So the shield cup with the gas, with the help of shield gas, it is going to protect the nozzle from workpiece interaction with workpiece and the generation of double arc. So now only the arc will be generated at the pilot ignition location where the electrode and the nozzle is going to be in the first circuit of the power supply, and further that arc transfer takes place. So the shield gas also covered the cutting zone, improving cut quality and speeds, as well as cooling the nozzle and shield cup. See how far this was improved with one small setup and the supply of. Coming to cost parameters, it was increased. Obviously, we are going to economical purposes. It is going to it can be considered as a disadvantage compared to other torches, but seeing in the machining performance characteristics, it was improved a lot with the help of double or dual flow plasma or torch. Now coming to water. See, the change will be in the place of shielding gas, we will be using water as shield. In water injection plasma cutting process, water was rapidly injected into the arc in an uniform manner as shown in figure below. See, all were same. except this water injection. The radial impingement of water at the arc provided a higher degree of arc constriction than could be achieved by the just the copper nozzle alone. Cutting gas will be nitrogen of with a pressure of 1 megapascal. See, what will be the advantages of water constriction? Improved cut squareness, increased cutting speeds. Single gas requirement made the process more economical and easier to use. Nozzle life was greatly increased with the water injection technique because of the steam. Boundary layer insulated the nozzle from the intense heat of the arc. See, all these three things, which are the some disadvantages in the dual flow plasma arc torch, were improved with the help of water constriction. So these are the different types of machining characteristics. Sorry, these are the different advantages that are possessed by the water torch. Among all these three, majorly based on the requirement of the client, we are going to apply whichever the possible way we are going to machine. If we require machining characters to be improved without cost parameters, we'll go for dual flow. If cost is a major criteria, we may go for water, or just a normal machining or rough cuts, we can go for air plasma. Whatever the situation it suits for the machining, we'll go with that setup. Okay, these are the three types of torches which we have for which are used in plasma arc machining. Okay.